What is up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Tom Dark channel. I'm your host, Tom Dark, and today I'm going to be acting as your substitute caretaker at virtual daycare. Well, I guess I better find something to keep you guys entertained. Oh, I know! I'll play a video from one of the most popular children's YouTubers, Blippi. He's very family-friendly and has over 17 million subscribers. But wait a second, these must be videos from his old channel. Turd Boy? Harlem Shake Poop? Blippi, is this really you? Yeah, it's gonna be one of those videos.
Hey! It's me, Blippi!
Now, many of you probably don't know who Blippi is because I'd guess the median age of my viewers is not 4. But chances are you've got like a younger sister or sibling or niece or nephew who actually watches this guy because he's got a huge YouTube channel, like I said, almost 20 million subscribers. He's everywhere with specials on Netflix, Roku, and HBO Max. He's even got his own toy line, and he has his own musical that gets performed around the world. I mean, Blippi has become a media empire, all from content aimed at toddlers and children, up to the age of about 5 years old. You know, he plays with toys, he does dumb skits. It's really the most average cookie cutter kids content you could expect from YouTube, but he's absolutely huge. On his YouTube channel, he has over 14 billion views, with several videos over the 300 million mark, and his most popular video, for example, is even at almost 1 billion views alone. I mean, he is extremely famous to 5-year-olds, right? He's easily one of the biggest children's channels on YouTube, which makes it all the more interesting that he has a dark past. Well, maybe not dark, but more raunchy, and it's all content that goes under a different name. Now, I want to come out and say I'm not trying to cancel this guy or anything, like he's already kind of atoned for his sins as far as I'm concerned. I don't really know what else you could want the guy to do apart from like apologize and say he regrets it, because it's not like he did anything evil. He just posted a video that's so insane. I don't know how I can even preface it. Stephen J. Grossman, better known by his alias Blippi, is an American children's entertainer and educator. Now, he no longer goes by this name after being so embarrassed by his past and his old YouTube content. He ended up actually legally changing his name from Stephen J. Grossman to Stephen W. John. Stephen, by the way, is spelled in the most bizarre way imaginable now. It's S-T-E-V-I-N. So Stephen started making gross out videos on the internet in 2013 under the persona of Steezy Grossman. He was most famous for a website he created called HarlemShakePoop.com, where he uploaded a video of him shitting onto another man's while the Harlem Shake song plays in the background. I'm not kidding. This is not exaggeration. I have watched the video in full. It's not that hard to find, but yes, this actually is real. Now, there have been several people who have reviewed censored versions of the video on YouTube, but I don't want to risk this video going down or anything over a fucking poop shock video, so I'm not going to play any of it in full here. I'm not going to play any of the frames, but I can give you guys a play-by-play breakdown of what happened. This website was basically a classic shock site, just like Goatsy, that only contained this one video. Essentially, Steven is sitting on the toilet wearing a t-shirt, sunglasses, and a helmet with his pants down like he's taking a dump as the song builds up. Then as the song drops, the camera stays at the exact same angle, but it cuts to a new scene where Steven is standing on top of the toilet, and he's now fully nude except for a helmet and sunglasses, with his ass pointed at another man who's lying upside down on the ground, and he's completely naked, and his ass is like up pointing at the camera. He's like upside down, his legs are like open, you know, they're displayed to the camera. And then Steven lets out the nastiest diarrhea explosion all over this dude, all over his taint. I don't even know, like, it's just so foul. And the dude on the ground is then like trying to twerk, right? He was trying to twerk as the song built up, but you can see it's on his face. He's like getting nervous. He's getting like grossed out and weirded out. And then he starts gagging. And as the comes out, it looks like he's about to vomit. I don't know how he didn't vomit on video. But yeah, it's just, it's amazing. It really makes me wonder how you would time something like this. I don't know about you, but I can't just make myself like diarrhea on command. Either this guy's a god amongst men and he can just contract his bladder like at a moment's notice to shoot out hot fucking shit. Or maybe he had to have the most awkward conversation with his roommate ever. By the way, how did they even plan this video? I don't even know. I imagine he went up to his roommate and he was like, hey man, yeah, so listen, I had some Mexican food last night and I think today's the day for that Harlem Shake video idea. Let's get the camera and start taping a tarp to the floor. I hope you're ready to get fucking pooped on. Yeah, did I mention they had like a tarp taped down so that shit didn't go everywhere? This was premeditated, guys. This was planned meticulously, weeks in advance, and this certainly was not their first rodeo. Also, why would anyone like agree to this video? Like, I don't understand. Are they homosexual lovers? Is there something strange going on here? I really don't know what the details are here, but even I imagine the average gay couple is not pooping on each other in the bathroom. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I could be wrong, but I suspect that's probably not happening. But this is just so disgusting. I imagine it's such a mess to clean up. The dude literally got a shower on video, and that's now immortalized on the internet for everyone to see. Jokes aside, the video has haunted Steven ever since he made it, and he's made countless attempts at getting it off the internet. And now, with his fame as a children's content creator, parents are putting 2 and 2 together and realizing that this is the same guy behind those viral poo videos. And as you can imagine, they're not pleased that little Timmy and Sally are watching a video of a guy that, well, defecated all over his friend for internet fame. There have been so many blog posts that are easy to find from angry parents having to bite their tongue while their kids watch Blippi, knowing that he's actually kind of a degenerate who finds it amusing to shit on other people on camera and post it online. I mean, not gonna lie, I find it amusing. I'd never engage in it, but listen, Blippi, I think that you should go back to making this content. I think that you really peaked here with HarlemShakePoop.com. I mean, if you think about it, it'd be pretty devastating to think that, like, if the guy who had been entertaining your child for years was actually Steezy Grossman who posted this video online, like, 10 years ago, I'd be pretty weirded out. One thing that always fascinated me with this guy's story is that it always ended at the Harlem Shake video. Everyone points to that video and laughs, but they make it out like it was this one-time thing, and then he went on to create Blippi. But it got me thinking, such a dubious plan could not have been beginner's luck, It's not like this could have been a one-time deal. Like, you don't just wake up one morning and start making poop videos. Like, it's kind of a gradual progression, right? I imagine. So these guys must have done this before. I knew I had to try and find more of this content, and I actually came across a gold mine. Behold, steezygrossman.com. Unfortunately, it's been shut down for close to a decade, but on Wayback Machine, we can see the website was up and running in 2013 and had a plethora of poo-related content. Guys, we found a fucking gold mine, okay? What else can I say? Grab some popcorn, grab some laxatives, and get ready. We're gonna dive right in. Although the site only partially works and all the videos have been removed, we can gather quite a bit of info from thumbnails and descriptions of each video on the homepage. In one video titled Underwear Man, the description reads, starting comedy videos around 2004, Jackass style, and sketch comedy videos with my buddy Eric Luck in 2008, Steezy Luck. I have tons of videos in my archive. I wonder what videos I should post and what I should not, since there's many. I want to post Underwear Man because it was my first reality interview I did. It was shot in 2010 in the ghetto of North Hollywood, California, where I was living at the time. The whole shoot was very sketchy. The footage we have that is unedited really shows how many times we almost got beat up and yelled at, haha. We felt very uneasy for the whole time we were shooting. Paranoia because we were high, or because we were in the ghetto, it's your call. It was a fun shoot though. It's bizarre thinking this is the same person. I mean, imagine Blippi in the hood getting high and almost getting beat up while trying to interview people in a pair of tighty whities. Another description on the video Dick Geenie reads, Dick Geenie was our Steezy Luck's entry into the 2011 International Movie Film Festival, another great festival on our belt. I would highly suggest if you do short/low budget comedy videos to submit your to the movie film festival. Always an amazing time. Great networking. Night full of videos. But anywho, enjoy Geenie. On his video P Troubles, Steven writes, another Steezy Luck video, P Troubles. We entered this into the 2010 International Movie Film Festival. People definitely enjoyed. That year there were awards and we won Most Original Movie. And last but certainly not least, on Turd Boy, Steven writes, here's a movie trailer I did, Turd Boy. It was in the 2012 Machinima Interactive Film Festival and the 2012 International Movie Film Festival. Good times filming this thing. Crew was amazing, cast was awesome, and I can't say enough it was awesome making out with Carolina and poop at the same time. So yeah, that's the website. Hope you guys enjoyed us, doing a little bit of a dive there. I found it pretty entertaining myself. So I did some digging around and found another YouTube channel that he had posted to in 2010 to 2011 called Steezy Luck Comedy. On their channel, it says that the owners of the channel are Steven Grossman and Eric Luck, who in a recent article was referred to as Blippi's videographer. So it seems his right-hand man has abandoned the toilet humor for some serious money in the children's entertainment industry. It also seems that eventually Eric took this on as his own channel, and Steven eventually made his own channel and website where he would upload some of his favorite videos that him and Eric worked on together. Now, keep in mind, it may sound like I'm hating, but honestly, good on them for being able to turn this all around and create an insane success story from, starting at possibly the literal bottom. I can't imagine anywhere lower you could go than shitting on your friend for money or internet fame, whatever they did it for, They both clearly had a passion for making content and filmmaking, so to speak. They just were feeling out different avenues of content creation until they found the best fits, albeit those avenues were pretty extreme. Steven also constantly brings up how he's submitting his films to the International Film Festival Festival, which normally I would assume just means it's a bunch of like bad films, but given this guy's track record, I think we may need to take that festival's name at face value. He also mentioned that he had submitted his video Turd Boy to a Machinima Film Festival. I just imagine like a Call of Duty 360 no-scope compilation followed by fucking steezy Grossman like pooping everywhere or like wearing underwear on his head or something, drinking pee. Who knows? All I know is that one of these things is not like the other. Now, when I originally came across this website, I figured all the videos were probably hosted on the site itself, similar to the Harlem Shake video, given the, the nature of the videos. But to my surprise, when I clicked on the YouTube link on the homepage, there was also a Wayback Machine screenshot of his old YouTube channel, also called Steezy Grossman, where all of these same videos were uploaded. There are actually several Wayback Machine screenshots on his YouTube channel, and one shows that he posted 2 reactions to the Harlem Shake video, and then 2 weeks later, in the next Wayback Machine screenshot, those videos have both been removed. It appears that the Steezy Grossman persona was fairly short-lived, and all signs of his old websites have been scrubbed off the internet. So shout out to Wayback Machine for archiving these gems of internet lore. Surprisingly, Steven has been quite open about the whole thing. It's not like he's denying it or anything. He seems like a relatively good guy, honest at least, and he's just trying to move past the stupid jokes and mistakes he made when he was a little younger. BuzzFeed reached out to him and he actually answered a handful of questions for them to set the record straight. And it's going to be a banger article when BuzzFeed comes out of the gate with lines like, Blippi is a uniquely millennial hybrid of Mr. Rogers and Jake Paul. Yes, I did make a gross out comedy video when I was in my early 20s, long before I started Blippi. At the time, I thought this sort of thing was funny, but really it was stupid and tasteless, and I regret having ever done it, John said in his statement to BuzzFeed News. I've grown up a lot since then, and I trust people will see me as the person I am now, not the idiot I was back then. So you know what, guys? He seems to regret it. He seems to be trying to move on to atone for his sins, so to speak. It's interesting to note, however, that Blippi's first official video launched on February 18th, 2014, when he was seemingly still deep into making poo content. Or it hadn't been that long since he made it. He presumably had the idea for Blippi before this and was at the very least working on this video before that date. It's hard to say exactly when he started to get rid of the Steezy Grossman persona, but according to Wayback Machine, he was uploading to that channel in July of 2013, and potentially a little after that too, so I think he's just trying to save face here. He's being like, oh, it was a long time ago, I'm not that guy anymore, which obviously today he may not be that guy anymore. I mean, it's been 10 years, but if we're being charitable, at the time that he started Blippi at the very least, it hadn't been that long, I think this guy honestly was just kind of doing whatever it took to become a full-time entertainer, and he didn't really necessarily care like what avenue that was in. On one hand, this shock content was like popular on the internet at the time with Lemon Party, and he thought, well, maybe this will make me popular. He referenced Jackass, so maybe he was inspired by them. But once he realized that this kid's content had the potential to take off, he just went fully into that, you know what I mean? And as you'll see later in this interview, he clearly does find poo funny to this day, which honestly I don't blame him for. Okay, you and me, Blippi, we're in the same boat there, big guy. You, me, and Chipple Dipple. But he's really just saying what people want to hear, Beneath the surface, Blippi and Steezy Grossman share 2 traits: a willingness to debase themselves, be it clownish antics or taking a literal dump, for entertainment, and a methodical, calculated effort to use social media and its algorithms to reach as many eyeballs as possible. John went on at least 2 podcasts as a guest to discuss his viral video. On the Vinny Brusco show, John boasts that the video has been viewed millions of times and says it was real poop, not faked. I think shit's gross, John said on the show, but I think it's funny. That's the reason why I like shit in films and shit, because it's funny. It's honestly surreal hearing that a children's entertainer talked like that. Imagine audio of Mr. Rogers leaks where he's talking about his love for poo, you can't really make this stuff up. But again, he's clearly not that remorseful if he still thinks it's funny, you know what I mean? I think that he probably just wanted to get famous online, and he was doing it by any means necessary. At first he thought it was filming this Harlem Shake video, and now he thinks it's by being a children's entertainer. By that same token, I'm not saying that he was a horrible, person with no morality, back when he made that video. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying he should be in jail or anything. It's really not like that. Also not trying to destroy his reputation or anything like that. I'm not trying to go after his business today. I'm sure he's making a lot of money. I don't want to target that in any way. But at the same time, I do find it interesting that this guy who was making those videos is now the most popular children's entertainer in the world. You know what I mean? You really can't make this stuff up. For now, he's just trying to keep the parents happy who are ultimately the ones supplying his young fans with money to buy his merchandise and stuff like that, He's doing a little bit of a smart damage control. Now, while Blippi sorted past as the Harlem Shake poop guy might be eyebrow raising, parents said it's not a deal breaker. I predict many young people do silly things, which once they've grown up and matured will regret, and that's life, said Davey, who runs the parenting site. Unfortunately, it's a lot easier documented these days. Do I want my kid to go and give them a hug? Probably not, said Rebecca McBride Wilcox, a parent of an avid Blippi fan. But I also don't want to deprive my kid of his construction videos that have actually really helped boost his language skills. I just might not watch that Chocolate Factory video again. An attorney for Stephen John sent BuzzFeed News a cease and desist letter asserting his copyright on the video, and all of the social media accounts and websites are gone in an attempt to sweep this all under the rug. But this isn't the end of the Blippi controversies. Parents are now mad at him all over again for a completely different reason. Stephen John, who released the first Blippi video in 2014, came under fire in 2019 when parents realized that a stage performer, wearing his trademark orange glasses, hat, bow tie, and suspenders, and mimicking his excited, high-pitched voice, would be appearing in his Blippi live tour rather than John himself. "Will the real Blippi please stand up?" read one comment. "Who's this? This ain't gonna fly with my kids." A parent reacted to the news, while another wrote, "My 3-year-old said, that's not Blippi. This is like when Steve left Blue's Clues when I was a kid." Another commenter quipped, "Come on, Mom, he's literally put it in his Instagram bio. See? He's the OG Blippi. This is the guy we saw. I mean, his bio even reads that he's Blippi at Blippi, so clearly this is Blippi, right?" Honestly, that's pretty insane. Imagine paying tickets to see someone and a different guy shows up in the same costume, especially when you're a little kid. That's like actually seeing that Santa isn't real right before your eyes. So I get why the parents are mad, you know? Maybe Steven didn't do a good job of making it clear that he wasn't always going to be the one playing the Blippi character in person. From a business standpoint, it's smart because he can make content without having to be, you know, everywhere all at once, right? But it would be weird if I just swapped in different YouTubers to take over my channel, but they all pretended to be me and I never acknowledged it, right? Guys, I swear, I'm the real Tom Dark, okay? Don't listen to that Tom Dark guy over there. I am the real Tom Dark. I feel like I remember hearing that MF Doom would do that back in the day. He'd like book shows knowing damn well he wasn't going to perform at them, and he would instead send like a lookalike to lip sync. Sometimes it's pretty obvious and the crowd would rightfully boo the stunt double off the stage, but one time it was f***ing Hannibal Buress.
What are you doing here?
True supervillain energy right there. Which really makes me wonder, when kids in the playground talk about Blippi, could they all technically be talking about different actors? Because they milked the shit out of this franchise, and there's about a bajillion spin-offs, and looking at the thumbnails, it appears there are a whole lot of different people acting as Blippi. On the 31st of July, 2020, Stephen John sold the rights to Blippi to a company called Moonbug Entertainment, a British children's media company who also own the CoComelon franchise. Both franchises were purchased together for a whopping $120 million. And for some reason, in the About section of this channel, he says his Instagram is @Guardian, as in the popular news publication. But he forgot to put the .com, so the link doesn't even work. His real Instagram is linked directly below this, so who knows what's up with this. But yeah, it seems now that he's really taken a step back from his involvement in entertainment and is kind of more focused on building a family. Blippi apparently had a son last year and seems to be doing well. Seeing as the company who bought the rights to Blippi, Moonbug Entertainment, recently got acquired by 2 ex-Disney executives for $3 billion, I'm sure Steven got a pretty decent paycheck for selling his brand. A brand that was pulling in 14 billion views on YouTube. But only time will tell if he'll ever go back to his ways. You see what I did there? Because he made a video about... Anyway, thank you guys for watching all the way to the end. Leave a like if you liked the video. Leave a dislike if you disliked it. Leave a comment down below letting me know your thoughts on whatever's going on here. And I will see you all in the next video tomorrow. Stay Blippi, kids. Bye.